individuals from the St. Croix Rotary Club, Phil's here from the local paper, and Vicky's back there. She's a wife of one of the Rotarians, and then Eric's running our camera. We're going to get started here. The first minute, 50 seconds, will unfortunately not play through the speakers because the speakers aren't working. So that'll be my intro music and things like that, and then we'll get right into the show. And so, just be quiet until I talk and let the intro music go. Everybody on camera and in the recording will hear that, so that'll be perfect. Unfortunately, you guys won't, but it was a really good intro. All right, so
45 seconds.
So Eric, you can go ahead and broadcast, and then we'll go record right away at.
We're on.
Okay, are you broadcasting and recording? Okay. All right, it's 10 o'clock, and I'm going to hit record. Rotary Club Radio, episode 39. Welcome to Rotary Club Radio. This is a podcast about Rotary clubs and what Rotary's doing locally and around the world. Rotary Club's a network of over 1.2 million individuals who meet weekly all over the world. We get together to grow our businesses and make new friends. We volunteer to help our own communities or someone else's. We work together to combat hunger, improve health and sanitation, provide education and job training, promote peace, and eradicate polio under the motto, Service Above Self. My name is Kirk Anderson, and I'm the host of Rotary Club Radio. Thanks for listening to today's show. Okay, all right, well, we have a few technical things that are happening here, and so bear with us as we do this live show. We're real excited about that. Welcome back to another episode of Rotary Club Radio, and today we have a very special show. First off, we have 6 guests on the show today, visiting all the way from the Czech Republic and Slovakia as part of what Rotary calls a group study exchange team. Today we have a chance to meet them. We'll have a chance to meet them in a moment, but we also are doing this show live in front of a studio audience in the Glacier Room at the St. Croix Regional Medical Center, and we're broadcasting live over the internet at rotaryclubradio.com. Let me take a moment to welcome all of our guests in the studio audience and acknowledge that we have some guests from outside of the state and in Minnesota as well. And we're also privileged to have our 6 guests from the Czech Republic and Slovakia. Now, before we get to our featured segment, I want to bring a couple things to your attention. First, District 5960 has launched its newest Rotary Club called the Rotary E-Club Worldwide, which can be found at rotaryeclubww.org. This is exciting news as the E-Club can be joined by anyone in the world that resides within a Rotary district. There's a lot of reasons a prospective member might fit into an E-Club over a traditional club, so be sure to check out the website at rotaryeclubww.org. Secondly, Rotary International and District 5960 are looking for innovative ways to attract younger professionals to Rotary. We're looking to dispel the mystery about who a Rotarian is and what they do at a club meeting. So we've set up a website and a Facebook page that will tell you more about Rotary's Young Professional campaign and how your club can benefit from participating in the campaign. You can find out more about it at whyrotary.com. Be sure to look for the links to like us on Facebook. Well, I think we're ready to jump into the featured segment today, so let me say welcome to our guests. And I want to give each one of you an opportunity to introduce yourselves to the audience. And if you have somebody that may be watching back in your country, it would be a great time for you to just say hi to them. We'll start over to my right, and we'll let you introduce yourself way down at the end, and we'll start with that.
Hello, my name is Linda Salajková. I am a journalist at the Czech Public Radio in Prague, and I am writing in French about what happens in Czech Republic for all people who are interested in our region.
Okay.
Okay, I'm Veronika. I'm from Slovakia. I live in a capital city in Bratislava, and I work as a print reporter in the most read newspaper in Slovakia called New Time. I write about politics, about political events, so I'm responsible for covering things like meetings of government and meetings of National Council and stuff like that. And I would like to say hi to my boyfriend who's supposed to watch tonight.
Do you know what time it is in?
It is 5 p.m. there.
Oh, well, they should have no problem watching that. Welcome.
Hi, we are very glad to be here. My name is Martin. I'm a team leader of this team. I'm editor-in-chief in Daily News in Žilina. It's a northern part of Slovakia.
Okay, and over here.
I'm Vanda. Hi to everybody who is listening. I'm a journalist, as all the others here. I am a TV reporter for state television in Prague. I was born and raised in Prague, and I specialized in economics.
All right, thank you.
Hi to everybody, I'm Stan. I am a radio announcer. I am broadcasting in West Bohemian Czech Public Radio in Pilsen. It's near Prague, Czech Republic. I have a own morning show, own funny poll with children, and own music chart.
Hello, my name is Láďa, Ladislav, or Lada or Led. I am a radio journalist in the radio station named Radio Impulse. It is the most popular radio in the Czech Republic with the 1 million people a day, listeners a day. I live in Prague and I must say it is a perfect hour for me just now.
All right, fantastic. Well, I didn't realize that we had two radio people here. I hope that I give you the mic. All right. Well, welcome everybody, and it's obviously a pleasure to have dignitaries and visitors from other countries. We're excited for all the things that you're going to experience, and I just want to take an opportunity to welcome you to the great state of Wisconsin and to the United States of America. We're very happy to have you here to participate in the 2013 Rotary Group Study Exchange Program. And for those who don't know what the Rotary Group Study Exchange Program is, or what's better known as the GSE program, it's a unique cultural and vocational exchange opportunity for business people and professionals between the ages of 25 and 40 who are in the early stages of their careers. As a GSE team member, each participant travels with their team to areas of different countries. Teams will enjoy 4 to 6 week experiences of the host country's culture and institutions, observing how their vocations are practiced abroad, developing personal and professional relationships, and exchanging ideas. Now, during the 4 to 6 week tour, participants will experience 5 full days of vocational visits, 15 to 20 club presentations, 10 to 15 formal visits and social events, 2 to 3 days at the district conference, 3 to 4 hours per day of cultural and site tours, and 3 to 4 hours per day of free time with local host families. Each team member travel expenses are paid for through the foundation, the Rotary Foundation, between the home of the host country and the home of the individual hosting. And the hosting Rotarians provide meals, lodging, and group travel within their district. And for those of you in the audience who don't know why it's called an exchange program, it's because our district, 5960, has sent a GSE team to District 2240, which covers the Czech Republic and Slovakia. And right now, our American outbound team is in the Czech Republic and Slovakia, hopefully enjoying their visit as well. So, that being said, that's a little bit about the GSE team. Welcome to Wisconsin. We're excited to have you here. Now, as part of a GSE team, you come across the world. I'm assuming that there was maybe a little expectation that you wouldn't be coming into snow and winter weather. Can someone just tell me a little bit about your travels over here, and if you experienced kind of a weather shock? What's the weather like in your area, and is it different from what it is here?
It was similar in Slovakia and the Czech Republic, and it's very nice to have Christmas again. And it's exciting to see Minnesota in the snow area and without snow.
Well, hopefully you'll be here for 6 weeks. Hopefully by the time you leave, you'll experience an actual spring. Last year at this time, we were right around 80 degrees in the weather, and people were wearing shorts and sandals and walking around with no coats on. So you're experiencing something that we don't typically see in mid-April, which is very cold weather. Although it is Minnesota, so it could go either way, and tomorrow it could be 80 degrees, but it won't be. So as a GSE team leader, I'm going to address this to Martin, because Martin is the team leader. What is your responsibility as a team leader during the trip, and how do you become a team leader for a GSE team?
I'm Rotarian. I'm from Slovakia Rotary Club from Žilina, and I must communicate with my GSE partners, with my Rotarian friends, and I must also communicate inside in my team and to create a very good atmosphere and the spirit of our team. But the candidates or members of our team are very good, and now it's easy.
Okay, so basically the team leader is always a Rotarian.
Yes,
and so
yes, it's a rule.
And what Rotary Club are you with in Slovakia or Czech Republic? What's the name of your Rotary Club?
The name of my Rotary Club is Rotary Club Žilina.
Okay, and so the Rotary Club team lead is a Rotarian, and then everybody else on the team is not a Rotarian.
No.
And so this is a new experience for you to experience Rotary, and that's always good. Now, what's interesting about the Rotary Club GSE teams is a lot of the GSE team members end up becoming Rotarians because they experience Rotary in a whole new light, and they understand it at a higher level. And so we would encourage you, as you have that opportunity, to check Rotary out in depth and then go back and look at joining a club because it's such a great organization. Now, for everyone, we'll give everybody a chance to speak. I'd like to go around and let you respond to this next question. On your application, you submitted a wish list of things that you would like to experience while in the United States. Now that you've seen the busy itinerary and schedule that you have, what are you looking forward to doing and why? And also, if you can start by telling us your name again so that the people who are listening just by audio can know who's speaking. So we'll start down at the end here.
Okay, so the schedule is really quite long, and we're gonna visit a lot of things, and everything is interesting. But I am really looking forward to visit some museums with arts, and I'm looking forward for the game of Minnesota Twins, because it's something really special and really American. So I would like to see it from a close place like the stadium.
Okay.
My name is Veronica, and actually I was especially looking forward to seeing Wisconsin because during our 1 month long stay we have a lot of plans to see Minnesota, all across the Minnesota, and we have just very few plans to see Wisconsin, so I would like to see that because I was previous times I was in the USA and I saw only those most popular sightseeing places like New York and Los Angeles, and I was looking forward to see like real American way of life.
Okay, very good.
I'm looking forward to visiting the Museum of Science. It's for me very exciting to see it. and in my professional life, I'm focused on social media, and it was very interesting. For example, we were in Pioneers Press, and it's very interesting to listen the experts in this field of journalism, and it's for me very good.
Okay, and how about you?
This is Vanda speaking. We have done so many things that was so much fun so far. Today we went to a factory where they make police cars, so we could take pictures with all the lights on. It was so fun. So there are so many things I'm looking forward. I'm a theater fan, so we will have the opportunity to go to 2 performances downtown. So this is what I'm looking for, but there are so many things and so many surprises every day that I wouldn't point out just one thing.
Okay, and how about you?
This is Stan. I have to say, the people here in the United States are very glad and very fine. It's a little bit surprise for me, but in my wish list I have wrote some historical monument, some cultural event, and maybe because I'm fun to sports, I maybe want to see some hockey game, NHL game, maybe.
Okay, very good.
And now Lada is speaking. It is a difficult question for me because a lot of things I want to see, and I want to know something about new American culture, about people, about habits and our traditions. But as a professional, I must say that I want to see news areas in our medias, TV stations, radios. We will go to the advertising agency, and I am looking forward to so much, very, very much.
Well, good. Well, in Minnesota and in Wisconsin, we have very good sports teams. Unfortunately, all the Wisconsin teams are on the other end of the state, so you'll have to focus on Minnesota. But the Minnesota Twins have a fantastic outdoor stadium, and so if you like baseball, I would suggest maybe waiting perhaps just a week or so to maybe it'll warm up a little bit. They have played some games out there. It's been in the 30s, which is pretty chilly especially if they go into extra innings, but it's definitely worth checking out the new Twin Stadium. It's only a couple years old and it's beautiful. And the Wild are also here, so if you're a hockey fan, the Minnesota Wild is a great club to go check out as well. So, well, just as a follow-up question to that, is there anybody who has something that they would like to share as far as why they wanted to come on this trip and what they hope to experience on a professional level? Why did you fill out the application and say, hey, I want to be on this GSE team thing and go over to America? Does anybody want to share with that?
Vanda?
Okay. I would. Vanda speaking again.
Okay.
Well, this is a kind of opportunity you do not say no to, because there are so few opportunities to go abroad and see how the journalism is done for non-native English-speaking people. So when I heard about this, I was sure that I must go, because we are a small country. There are not many TV stations. I work on a TV station, and I just needed to see any other place I could.
Very good. Anybody else?
Me?
Yes, absolutely.
Lada is speaking. I expect that my English will be getting better. Yes, it is a very big reason for me. And I lecture at the university in Prague, and I want to move experience to my students. Yes, it will be very good for me and for students, and probably to my colleagues in Radio Impulse. Yeah.
Okay. And did you want to say something down here? Someone down here?
Yeah, maybe Linda speaking. I wanted to go to the United States to really get to know the Americans, how they are really, not only in the films and we are speaking about them, how they are really, and just bring this experience to the Czech Republic and get the people in Czech Republic to know how the United States are really and what you can experience here.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, we have a lot of films that do not portray Americans the way Americans really are. And so whenever we have an exchange student that comes over as part of the student exchange, many times they have that same thought that, wow, Americans aren't quite what I expected, what I've seen in film and what I've read on the internet. So hopefully we'll give you a great opportunity to get to know some culture in America and experience some really neat things. Is anybody here from Slovakia?
Yeah.
Both of us.
Both of you, so the two of you are from Slovakia, and then the rest are from Czech Republic. Now, can you, Martin, maybe just talk about the geographic area of where the Czech Republic is in Slovakia and how they paired up as a district, as a Rotarian district?
Yeah, Czech Republic and Slovakia, we were together 20 years ago. It was Czechoslovakia. I think that it's more known, the name of our state. Now we have a district, the Czech Republic and Slovakia. We have 73 clubs, 1,400 Rotarians, and Slovakia has 5 million inhabitants. Czech Republic 10 million inhabitants, and we are in the heart of Europe.
Okay, all right. So 15 million people in your two areas and over 70 clubs. So there's a lot of room to grow for everybody. You should have a club that's relatively close to you. And so again, we'll put the plug in to check Rotary out. And also, I mentioned it earlier in the show, but with the E-Club, there are the opportunity for individuals to join an E-Club is also available. And so because you have a district in your state, then you are eligible to join our E-Club as well. So if anybody wants to be a part of the E-Club worldwide of District 5960, you can go to that website and check it out, and we'd love to have you there and your input in that process as well. Well, if we could just transition a little bit and talk about what it's like to take time off for 4 to 6 weeks in your given profession, and if you are part of a family, which most of you I would assume are, what is it like to go home and tell your spouse or your boyfriend or girlfriend and say, hey, I'm going to go over to America for 4 to 6 weeks, and we're going to just go hang out and experience all this stuff, and by the way, work, I'm going to take 4 to 6 weeks off of work and go over to America. How did all that play out? Does someone have an experience where they could share how they approached their business and their family, just to give us an idea how that plays out? Because there's a lot of people who that is the biggest barrier for them to go on a trip like this, is how do I take 6 weeks off of work, and how do I leave my wife and kids for that long of a time?
Lada is speaking. It is the longest trip in my life, and it is very difficult for me to go to America for 4 weeks because I have 2 children, and we can speak together only over the internet or emails, sometimes phones. It is a very hard situation for me. Yeah, I think it is difficult for my family too.
Okay. And what about for work? Was it hard for you to leave your radio program for that long a period of time? Were you afraid that someone else was going to come in and take your job?
I'm leading a team with perfect people, and I'm not afraid about my work in the radio news. Yes.
Very good. Anybody else have a family that they had trouble leaving, but it was something that you were excited to do, and so that's why you're here? Does anybody want to share anything? Wait, Linda?
Linda, I think it's more difficult for the people who stay at home because we are experiencing so many things each day and they just go to work as each day. So maybe it's more difficult for them than for us.
It's very hard to say goodbye, but
Yeah.
1 or 2 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, do they have, do you have the ability to do like Skype or something
Yeah,
like that? So
Skype.
you do keep up with them?
And Facebook.
And besides you, do you have, anybody else have kids?
Yeah, me too.
You do? Okay.
One daughter.
I have 4 kids, and I can't imagine leaving them for a weekend, let alone for 4 weeks. So, but what a great opportunity for you to take part in. Now, on that same note, you're coming to a new culture, and on a business trip, you would be maybe put up in a hotel, and you would stay in a really fancy place and charge it all to work. With Rotary, we don't do that. We put you up in a host home, and you integrate into several different families over the course of these 4 weeks. And so for the first 4 days, 4 or 5 days, you've been staying with Jack, who brought you up here, or someone from his club. And after that's done, you'll go to the next host family, and you'll stay at their house and eat their food and deal with their animals and their kids. So what is it that you expect to gain from that? Rotary obviously does that for a purpose. We want to have you experience culture. But what do you want to experience as you are living with different Rotarians throughout Minnesota? Does anybody want to share that?
Yeah, I can talk about it. Talk about it for a while. Actually, in the beginning, I was afraid of staying in a foreign families because you never know what you can expect, how it will look like there, and so this was like my most biggest afraid before I came here. But now I can say that it's like incredible experience. I admire these people who they do for us, and actually for this new for me, it is like a way of they eat, for example. My host family, she prepared me breakfast, toasted eggs with strawberries and sweet cream, and I was surprised because in my country we eat it with salami and cheese, and then she was surprised that we eat it this way. So we learn a lot from the culture. And I'm excited to see how their homes look like and areas where they live. And I admire these people, and I'm thankful for them to having us because we see that they serve above self.
Okay, service both steps, yep.
Can I add something, Wanda speaking? Because there was one thing that wasn't right, you said. It was that we are actually staying in a very beautiful houses with a service I would hope for in the best hotels in the world. So.
Yeah, we definitely have a reputation as group study exchange hosts of taking care of our guests. And I know not from personal experience yet, but I hope to at some point be able to travel abroad. But I've spoke to many people who visit Rotary clubs all over the world. And one of the benefits of being a Rotarian is that any Rotary club that is in the world, we can visit as though we are a part of that club. And almost every Rotarian that I've ever spoke to that's done that has gone to Europe, has gone to India, wherever they are. When they enter that club, they are treated like royalty. And many of our Rotarians have told stories in our club of going to strange clubs and having them take them out to dinner, take them and show them and just pepper them with gifts, and it's just a wonderful experience. So I hope that you guys will all experience that as well. And does anybody else have anything that they'd like to share in regards to the families? Or?
We have met fantastic people here. Yeah.
Rotary is big, happy family. international family. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're excited to have you here as well. Now, is there a difference in the cultures? Obviously, there's a difference, but what is the difference in the cultures in regards to the lifestyles? What have you seen in Minnesota that's different than Slovakia or the Czech Republic as far as income or architecture, things that maybe took you by surprise? Does anybody want to talk about that?
Generally, everything is bigger.
In America?
Yeah. Cars, buildings,
Especially
houses.
distances.
Yeah. Distances. Yeah.
So everything, do you have like a metro system or,
Yes.
so everything's by train or by, and here everything's by car generally. And, now you've been able to experience downtown, you've toured a couple of the radio stations in the Pioneer Press. What's your downtown like versus what our downtown is like?
Maybe that's our highest building has 5 floors.
Oh, really?
There are a few that are bigger, but the city centers are historical from maybe Middle Ages or even younger, but still they are much older than they are here.
Okay, so that's interesting that you don't have the big high-rises in the downtown. And I knew that there's a huge historical part of the Czech Republic. And so where does everybody work? We have 25,000 people in a building. Where do you put 15 million people to work? Do they work in factories or tell me about that? Who wants to talk about that? Linda?
We have these big buildings, but never in the downtown, because the downtown is historical. It's for tourists, and
Okay.
for citizens, but for going to work, it's outside from the city. So we have these big buildings together, but not in the center.
Okay, so that's a little bit different from that perspective. And have you had a chance to go to any Rotary clubs yet? No, okay, so this will be your first experience. I was going to ask what the differences are in Rotary clubs versus your Rotary club, and so we'll have to wait and see after today, because we'll have a special Rotary Club meeting at the conclusion of today's show. And, well, I want to thank you for being a part of today's show, and it's been a pleasure to meet each of you and hear a little bit about who you are and why you joined the GSE team. It looks like you're going to have a lot of amazing things in your schedule in the upcoming weeks, and I hope that you're able to take in as much as possible during your stay here, yet I also hope that you take some free time to enjoy yourself and relax as well. Well, that's going to wrap up this episode of Rotary Club Radio, so thanks for listening, and again, please check out the show notes for this episode of Rotary Club Radio by visiting the links mentioned at rotaryclubradio.com. Rotary Club Radio is a unique online community, and we encourage you to become part of it. Head on over to Rotary Club Radio and leave us a comment, become a fan on Facebook, or leave us feedback on the Rotary Club feedback hotline at 715-942-7367. Again, that's 715-942-7367. Remember, you can always listen online at rotaryclubradio.com, download it to your computer, or take us on the go by subscribing on iTunes. Check out all the links at rotaryclubradio.com. Now get out there and make a difference in the world. All right, that's a take.
Thank you very much. Good job.
Thank you. You can just hit stop broadcast back there.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt you while broadcasting, but we wanted to say hi to George.